Matthew Peterson here in Indianapolis for the NFL Combine, and I want to talk about some of the news and rumors coming out from Indy and how it could implicate the Cleveland Browns. But we'll start with some draft news because the biggest storyline right now, I'd say, is the Abdul Carter injury news that everyone learned last night while everyone was having some cocktails, mingling out in the town, having a nice steak dinner, and all of a sudden we all get the notification of Abdul Carter has been dealing with a stress fracture in his right foot. And his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said they have two plans, or two options, I should say, which is they can get surgery on it right now, and it's not supposed to have any kind of long-term impact or anything, or they can wait and see a little bit and bypass surgery altogether. It appears that he's going with the second option, so we're not going to see Carter perform at the Combine this week, but he is expected to have some level of participation during Penn State's Pro Day, which is about a month away. But I bring up this injury news not just because the Browns could have interest in Carter, but I really believe this could have a major ripple-down effect from 1 all the way down to 2, 3, 4, and 5, because if the Titans, who the early word on the street in Indy was they really liked Abdul Carter, but if this injury turns them off Carter, well, now they might decide we're going to go with Plan B. And Plan B could be Cam Ward out of Miami. But let's just play this hypothetical for a moment. What if the Browns were banking on the Titans to go with Abdul Carter, and then they were going to select Cam Ward with the second overall pick? Now you can start to see how this is going to have a ripple-down effect, because if Plan A was that, but the Titans decide we're not comfortable selecting Carter with this foot injury before he even steps on the field with us, plus if you know much about the Tennessee Titans draft history, they rolled the dice in round 1 with a guy named Caleb Farley a few years ago out of Virginia Tech, and that has not worked out for them because of the injury history he had with Virginia Tech. They may decide to play it safe and just go with Cam Ward, and now the Browns have to scramble the Jets a little bit and make a decision. Do they still want to go quarterback no matter what at number 2? Maybe it's Ward, then Shedeur Sanders for them, but if Ward gets taken, they're ready to roll with Shedeur, but maybe they decide we will take Abdul Carter. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on, because with Cleveland picking 2, the draft, it does not run through Cleveland. It runs through Tennessee at the moment, but usually you get a pretty good idea what the team at number 1 is doing a little bit before the draft officially kicks off, and then the draft kind of starts at 2 or 3 or 4. So I don't have a good prediction as to what the Browns are going to do with their second overall pick, because after the news we got yesterday on the Penn State edge rusher, I don't believe anyone has a good idea what the Browns are going to do, because the Browns don't even know what they are going to do. So this is something that I'm keeping an eye on. You guys should be following as well. If the Titans start to get a little cold on Carter and they decide to go with Ward, that's going to have a big impact on what Cleveland's draft strategy is. So that's kind of the latest beat here going on right now from Indianapolis. If you enjoy our content, by the way, make sure to scroll on down, click that subscribe button. That way you do not miss a single thing when it comes to the Brownies. Some other just nuggets I want to talk about as I'm back at Indianapolis, or back at the Combine officially. If you watched our video yesterday, you learned we had a bit of a rough first 24 hours here, but we're back on track right now. So another storyline that's becoming more and more clear, I'd say, is Myles Garrett is not available. I'm not surprised by this, but Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski spoke to the media earlier this week for the first time since Garrett requested a trade, and they made it crystal clear. They have no interest in trading Garrett. I mean, Andrew Berry was asked, have you taken calls on Garrett's availability? And his response was, yeah, but it's pointless because we're not trading him. So it seems like it's headed towards a one-way destination of a messy divorce potentially. Because if the Browns have no interest in trading Garrett, and Garrett does not change his mind about wanting to be traded, I don't see a way this ends with both parties being happy. Someone's going to get what they want, and someone's going to be very, very upset at the result of this. So if you're wondering if the Browns are inching towards a Garrett trade, no, by all accounts, they are moving further and further away from trading 95. So that's the latest buzz on that front right there. Also, Travis Hunter, he is someone the Browns and pretty much everyone has their eye on right now. He spoke to the media today, and the number one question everyone wanted to get an answer out of him was, are you going to play corner or are you going to play wide receiver? And he gave a political answer, one you could expect, which is, I'll play whatever position the organization wants me to play, but he is of the belief that he can continue to play 100% corner and 100% receiver. Now, the Titans said that they view him as a corner. Andrew Berry said they view him as a wide receiver. I'm sure the Browns have a lot of interest in Travis Hunter, but if they view him as a wide receiver, now I'm not so sure that they have interest in taking a wide receiver second overall. But if they've got interest in using him on offense and defense, well, then that can change things up a little bit. But for now, I'm not buying too much Hunter stock for Cleveland at pick number 2 because I just don't see the Browns going wide receiver at 2 if they view Hunter as a wide receiver. So that's kind of the latest on some of the biggest names here from Indy: Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, and Myles Garrett. But the Browns continue to be wheeling and dealing in conversations. They are always aggressive. They are always active. They are not a team to sit on their hands. And don't be surprised if in a few weeks or so the Browns are a part of some type of trade or some type of move that was founded here at Indianapolis during the Combine. I don't believe the Browns are going to be too invested in the Matthew Stafford trade, but it definitely looks like the Rams are exploring all options with Stafford. But to me, it doesn't seem like the Browns are high up on that list. However, if they view that as a trade that could keep Myles Garrett happy and in Cleveland, well, that can definitely change some minds. But watch for the Raiders and the Giants when it comes to Stafford. Speaking of Stafford, by the way, in case you didn't see it, we had some Big J journalism drama here, so I'll spill the tea if you didn't see it already. Jordan Schultz and Ian Rapoport evidently got into a little bit of a heated exchange at a Starbucks here in Indy because Jordan Schultz put out a report that Stafford and Brady were together in Montana skiing, and Brady, minority owner of the Raiders, trying to lure Stafford to Vegas, and Rapoport and Tom Pelissero followed that up by saying that's more or less not true, and they were just coincidentally at the same ski resort in Montana at the same time, and there's nothing to see here. And that disagreement led to a bit of a scream match, I guess we'll say, or at least some type of conflict at the Starbucks at the hotel right outside of the convention center here between Jordan Schultz from Fox Sports and NFL insider Ian Rapoport. So we got some drama going on. We got some Diet Cokes and coffees being thrown across the room by these blue check marks. It's a fun time here in Indianapolis, and we're definitely going to keep you guys posted on everything we see and hear, so make sure you are following the channel. If you're still watching the video, do me a favor, scroll on down to the bottom, drop a CLE in the comment section. That way I can know who is a part of the end of the video crew. As always, thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel. We're going to keep you guys, like I said, up to speed on everything, but the big storylines to recap: Abdul Carter with that foot injury having a trickle-down effect to it. The Browns could do it number 2 if Tennessee decides to go quarterback instead of Carter. And then you've got Garrett, who looks like he is dug in, or the Browns are dug in on keeping Garrett in Cleveland. Travis Hunter plans to play wide receiver and corner, or believes he's capable of doing so, but the Browns view him as a wide receiver. Oh, and one other storyline too, Kirk Cousins, I'm pretty confident is going to be high up on the Browns wish list / target list when free agency gets underway, because I fully expect the Falcons to release him. So that'll wrap it up for us here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure, like I said, to subscribe and like the video for more daily draft combine content.